96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 25 minutes before 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. On the phone is Bina Shah. She is our next guest. She's the author of the book. If you're looking at the streaming video, I have the camera aimed at the book. It is titled Before She Sleeps. It's a novel by Bina Shah. Bina, by the way, is a journalist living in, is it Karachi, Robin? Karachi?
Yes.
Pakistan. She's a contributor to the New York Times. She's a commentator for the International Press on Pakistan society, culture, and women's rights. And let's find out about the book, Before She Sleeps. Good morning, Bina. Thank you for coming on the air with us. It's an honor to have you.
Good morning. It's wonderful to be with you.
Are you in Pakistan right now?
I am. I'm in Karachi, and it's 7:36 in the evening.
Oh my gosh! And did you grow up there? You have like you have our accent almost. It sounds like us.
I actually grew up in Virginia as a very small girl, and came back to Pakistan for elementary and high school, and then went back to the United States to go to college in Massachusetts. So that might explain the accent.
Do we when we read this book, do we get a sense of what the culture is like?
Not exactly, because this is a book that takes place 70 years in the future in a region of Asia, which I have called the Southwest Asia territories. It's sort of a look at what the region might look like in the future.
Okay.
But I do draw on what things are like at the present moment to for what's going to happen in that time period.
Okay, so I didn't read much of it, so just to be honest with you, but what I got from it so far made me think that when we talk about the future, quite often we're talking about the next greatest car, the next greatest way of life, the buildings, the TV and everything. I mean, you're talking about the future culturally speaking, aren't you?
Correct. I'm looking politically and geographically as well. But what I'm really looking at is a problem that I think is going to face us in the future, which is the unbalanced ratio of, and especially in this part of the world where I live, factors. We're seeing that there are certain places there are far fewer women than they should be. And this is going to cause all sorts of problems for societies and cultures. That is the problem.
That is interesting. Okay. One quick technical thing. It sounds like you're cutting in and out a little bit. Are you on a speakerphone by chance?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Maybe it's the distance. I don't know, but yeah. But I think we got the gist of what you said. So it's kind of like a red flag is it for the entire world, or would it be for Pakistan specifically?
Well, I'm looking at societies in which girls and women are traditionally not thought of as equal to boys and men. And as a result of this attitude, they're not treated, they're not taken care of the way that they should be. For example, there is a problem of selective sex abortions in India where female fetuses will be aborted in favor of male fetuses.
Oh my gosh, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So how is it over there for women? And you live there, so I mean, it must be. I'm not going to assume anything. Actually, how is it for women over there?
It's challenging. It's definitely challenging. The women are definitely not equal to men in any sense of the word, not in outrageous ways. For example, in Pakistan, women are doing very well in education. They're going to universities. They're holding down jobs. They're doing all the things that their Western counterparts would do. It's just more difficult to get the social support that women need to do the things that they want to do. For example, to continue working after they've had children and started a family. There's a lot of social pressure to quit work and stay home.
Really?
So things like that are always a challenge.
You know, that's surprising to me, I guess, because I've only lived here. It's surprising because I would think that if things were going to change and if men were the ones who had to change things, then the fathers of the daughters would definitely be on board with wanting things to be equal. The brothers who love their sisters would want to be on board. In a world where you can see how everybody else lives simply by going on Facebook or anything like that, you would say, you know what, we need to fix our culture a little bit and start being kinder and more fair to our sisters and mothers and daughters.
Well, fairness in your eyes may look different to how people think fairness is in these parts, where the traditional role of women as wives, as mothers, as the building blocks of families, and there's same kind of arguments that you would have had in the 1950s America, that women are best suited to staying in the home.
Yeah, you're probably
and
right.
it all comes from there. It all comes from there.
Yeah.
And it all has there's money involved also in your story. I mean, a lot of the influential men, they want to protect these women.
Well, they want to keep them ticking as part of a society which there's what I call a gender emergency. That is just, again, not enough girls being born, not enough women. Women died off in this dystopian future. So there's a sense not just of protection of the women, but of the protection of the society, of the security and stability of the society. So they take extreme measures to do what they think is.
There was an explanation given to me. I don't know if it's true or not, but there was an explanation as to why when a ship is sinking, they will say women and children first. And the explanation, and again, take this with a grain of salt because I don't know if it's true, but the explanation was that if one man is left and 20 women are left, in the ultimate worst situation, a man can impregnate all 20 women. But women seem to be the ones who are getting shortchanged in this, in the story you tell. And in fact, part of it is they have multiple husbands. Is that right?
Right. That's right. That's what I envision. And that is basically because first problem.